This is my review for The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 12, where we got to see Lance Hornsby try to bring all of the communities together to work with the Commonwealth for his own benefit or for the next phase of humanity. Let's discuss it all. What's going on, Walking Dead fans? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Viking. Make sure you give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for a brand new video every single day. The Walking Dead feels very different right now because we have met the Commonwealth. We're in the Commonwealth. Now, the Commonwealth tries to go outside to Hilltop, Oceanside, and to Alexandria, of course, to bring them together. And Lance Hornsby's big plan is to have kind of, say the Hilltop will be like a college, or the Oceanside will be like a fisherman's shore, or stuff like that. He wants to rebuild the world where it's not just one community with the Commonwealth. There's communities all over America, and slowly but surely society will be built back up. But is it for humanity, or is he doing this for himself? Because we have learned when he was talking to Carol that he has kind of worked his way up through the Commonwealth, especially with Pamela and her family. I don't trust the guy whatsoever. We could see that last week with Eugene and how he kind of messed him around big time. But he wants to bring all the communities together. It won't work unless he gets Hilltop with Maggie as well. Alexandria wants it, and then Oceanside said that they will not join the Commonwealth unless the Hilltop and Maggie do so as well, because of the loyalty and kind of the band those two communities have together. So look, it does feel different because it's, as I said last week and even a few weeks ago, it's very political now. It is. We're getting to see the Commonwealth. There's corruption going on and stuff like that. It feels a little bit like our world. It doesn't feel like a zombie apocalypse. Yes, there's zombies there and stuff like that, but it is very much more political. And Lance Hornsby, for me, is a little bit of a psychopath. I think he can be a villain, not like Negan or the governor, this physical villain, but I think he is very dangerous with the resources that he has, with the connections he has, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one trying to build a revolution against the Commonwealth to overthrow Pamela. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever, and again, I've never read the comic books, so I don't know what the end game is for Lance. But we have a review and breakdown here from denofgeek.com. We'll go through the episode, we'll talk about what we like and did not like about the episode. But guys, get into the comment section, let me know your thoughts. The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 12, review, The Lucky Ones. When it comes to untrustworthy characters in The Walking Dead, there's not a ton of them. Sure, the governor talked nice, but he had an eye patch. Eye patches are evil. Anyone who has ever seen a soap opera knows that. Negan was introduced, killing two beloved characters in brutal fashion. Though to come back from that, he did because he's so likeable. And then there's Lance Hornsby. With his insincere smile, dead eyes, and used car salesman haircut, maybe it's his suits that make him so naturally unlikable. He's a dandy in a world where the closest tailor is probably chewing on someone's head. And that's something troublesome outside of the confines of the Commonwealth. And Alexandria being Bath in a worrying sign, let alone being as put together as Lance is, Lance's sliminess is on full display this week as the Lucky Ones goes deeply into the politics behind being admitted to the Commonwealth. Lance is wheeling and dealing, and it seems like everyone is wise to his actions and buying it anyway. But they, Pamela Milton, who knows he's an weasel, and Aaron, who should know better but doesn't have a lot of choices but to turn to the Commonwealth for help, since Hilltop is nothing but a dream and some rubble piles. And Oceanside is, well, Oceanside. They offered assistance from the Commonwealth is worth the cost, at least as far as Aaron is concerned. He's not the only one willing to overlook his better judgment in desperation. Then again, Aaron was part of Alexandria when Diana was in charge, so maybe he's looking for a more familiar home after years of struggling in the wilderness. The mission is simple: recruit the three communities and bring them in as part of the Commonwealth's sphere of influence. To what end? Well, that isn't revealed immediately, but it's Lance, and it's established early on in the Vivian thesis script that Lance is nothing if not ambitious. That point is only driven home further with his every interaction with Aaron at Alexandria, Oceanside, and Maggie at Hilltop. He's not open with them with his true plan, but that's beside the point. The point is he wants them to join up badly, and he's willing to press for it with every opportunity. While Pamela Milton is a little bit better at hiding her true aims, Lance is more openly willing to make deals and add contingencies in the open. He lacks Milton's charm and political skill. Even he outpaces her in both vision and ruthlessness. Josh Hamilton does a phenomenal job of embodying the lick-spittle Lance. He's both a toady and a ruthless convener at the same time. He's never convincing enough to win someone over completely, but he's convincing enough that hunger or need would drive someone to taking up with him out of necessity. He makes deals you kind of live with while still knowing that he's got something up his sleeve that probably won't be great. Not that there's a lot of choice out there. The Commonwealth is 50,000 strong. They have an army, armoured vehicles, weapons, food, and security, all the things that the original group of survivors and their communities sought with one another. Dina has been involved with the Kingdom. Hilltop, Alexandria, Oceanside has gone through the Savers, Whispers, and who knows how many numbers of walkers, bandits, and thugs. She's exhausted and hungry. The offer of security for a little while is enough to turn her head, along with quite a few members of all three communities from the look of things. The script makes that clear in every interaction between Milton, Maggie, Lance, and Aaron. These people have all hit their limit of struggle, and it might be worth giving up a little freedom in exchange for a full stomach and a safe place to sleep at night. People have sold out their communities for less. From the amount of work needing to restore Alexandria and Hilltop, it's not surprising to see people defecting. Alexandria at least has the bones to rebuild from, but Hilltop is nothing but a half-destroyed fence and a barren patch on the ground. They're not repairing as much as buildings from scratch, which seems like a poor use of resources and time. Another recurring theme for the lucky ones is knowing when to throw in the towel, and Maggie just can't seem to give up when it's probably time to move on. Director Tanya McKiernan and TC do a great job of highlighting Lance's instability, particularly at the very end of the episode, in which his initial plans are delayed by Maggie's reluctance to join the Commonwealth. Hamilton is a dead-eyed ball of panic. With a rictus grin and rictus here, he can't crack, and yet he's clearly fracturing under pressure as he sees his opportunity passing by. No wonder, out of character, he's very open with Aaron. Assuming you can believe anything he says at any point, this is his best chance at carving out a niche of his very own out of Wilton's shadow. It's being held up by a dirt farmer and her raggedy group of half-starved friends. Undoubtedly, this will lead to a lot of problems for both Lance and Maggie, as the two of them fall into a battle of wills and resources. Maggie has the will, Lance has the resources, provided he doesn't get too distracted from his real work with the Commonwealth. This won't go well for Lance. Maggie is resourceful and vicious, and she's got friends who will back her. Lance is clearly in the process of going rogue, if he's not already there. And he's not got many friends, judging by the way Stephanie, aka Mercer's sister, goes running to Eugene when she sees the opening left by fake Stephanie, aka Shira. Lance's ambition is noble. If the vision of the future he spins for Maggie is accurate, he holds the party line with Aaron. He wants to remake the world. He just wants to make sure he's in the driver's seat when this newly remade world comes to fruition. And it seems he'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. Really good review, really good breakdown there from Den of Geek. I enjoyed that one. And this episode, it's different from the usual Walking Dead of zombies, but I like seeing Lance. You know, he's always got something up his sleeve, and it looks like we will see some sort of battle between Lance and Maggie, because I think Lance will try everything to frame Maggie or put her in a bad light with everybody so he can get the hilltop to join the Commonwealth for his big master plan for the next phase of the world. I can see exactly where Maggie is coming from, big time. And I don't think Daryl or Aaron are stupid. They've been through so much hardship over the Walking Dead series. They want solitude, they want peace. And I think Aaron looks at Gracie, his daughter. I think Daryl looks at, well, more or less his kids right now, RJ and Judith, because Rick and Michonne aren't there. And he sees this as an opportunity for them to be happy, because this is what Rick always wanted, a safe haven where people could live, be happy, his family could survive. And I think if Rick was around right now, I think he would be doing what Daryl and Aaron is doing. He'd listen to Maggie, of course, but he would want this security for his family. A few episodes ago, the Halloween party, you could see how happy Jude and RJ were. And Daryl, it's very different for Daryl. That's not Daryl's kind of surroundings at all. It's not Daryl's place, really. He would never really go to a place like this. But he's doing it for the kids. He wants them to be happy because they've gone through so much. And they've gone through a lot, but they haven't gone through like what Daryl's gone through. And he doesn't want that for them whatsoever, this constant need of surviving. So I can understand why Daryl wants to make it work, even though he might not love the place himself. And Aaron is the same. He wants the resources. He wants to build back up Alexandria and have a safe place for his family. So I don't doubt that whatsoever with those guys. I don't think they're stupid. I think if the Commonwealth was to turn on Maggie like that, I think they would stand by Maggie. But Maggie is being very stubborn. You know, she has changed a lot throughout the year. She's a badass at the moment as well, especially after taking out the Reapers. She wants a safe place for her community, but she doesn't want to give away her soul, per se. And she looks at Lance Hornsby and she's like, if I trust this guy, I'm literally giving away my soul. What kind of freedom do I have just because I'm getting a few apples and oranges and stuff like that? Like, what kind of freedom do I have if I get in with this guy? I don't trust him whatsoever. And I don't think Aaron or Daryl trust him either, but they need to make a deal with the devil so they can survive. And Maggie isn't willing to do that. So I'm very intrigued to see how it gets to the point where Daryl rocks up with the Commonwealth, the soldiers, the army, and says to Maggie, open up the doors. And Maggie's like, it doesn't have to be this way. So I'm wondering what happens there. If I was to give a guess, I'm going to say that Lance Hornsby makes Maggie to be a bad guy, or frames her, or does something behind the scenes, so then maybe her community kind of turn on her in a way, something like that. I could see that definitely happening, but not the most action-packed Walking Dead episode, more dialogue, a lot of politics to it as well. But I enjoyed it. It's different. It's kind of, I could see some people not liking it because it's too on the nose of our world and society and politics and stuff like that, definitely. So we'll see how that goes. But also I think, you know, the scene where the walkers come to Hilltop and they're trapped kind of in the cans or whatever it is, and then the Commonwealth come, the soldiers, like, and they stop them from going into Hilltop with all the guns just like that. I think that was planned by Lance. I think he planned this in a way so, like, all these walkers come to Hilltop and it would take the Hilltop community, you know, a few minutes to get rid of them. The Commonwealth can just get rid of them like that. And that's the security that Lance is showing Maggie that he can offer. But I think Maggie sees right through. I think she knows that maybe this was a plan by Lance. So yeah, Maggie's pretty smart. She's been around a long time. She's looked at Deanna. She has looked at Rick. And that other character, forget her name, the one with the glasses that came a few seasons ago, she learned from her. So there's loads of these characters that Maggie has learned from, plus her own experiences. So she's not stupid whatsoever, and she can see that with Lance. She can see what he is up to. But guys, what's your thoughts on The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 12? Let me know your thoughts. Get into the comment section, really interested. Make sure you give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for a brand new video every single day. And I will see you for next week's review for The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 13. And if not, there's loads of DC, Marvel content coming every single day on the channel anyway. So stick around for that good stuff. Check out my previous videos on the channel as well. Guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Appreciate it. Enjoy your night, morning, day, evening, wherever you are in the world. And yeah, don't get bitten by a walker because then you're going to be a zombie and you can't enjoy my reviews. So yeah, see you then.